A girl named Holly sat watching the summer sun dip below the horizon, casting long shadows over the dense woods surrounding Camp Pines. It was the first day of summer camp. Holly had just arrived with her friends, Sarah and Mia. Excited for their annual summer getaway, the girls had no idea of the bone-chilling nightmare that awaited them. Located deep in the forest, Camp Pines was known for its serene beauty during the day and its spine-chilling silence at night. Upon arrival, Holly and her friends were assigned to Cabin 13, the only one that had not yet been renovated. The once vibrant paint had long since peeled away, revealing dark, splintered wood beneath. Its windows, clouded with grime, seemed like lifeless eyes watching silently as the night descended. The door, hanging slightly ajar, creaked with every breath of wind, whispering to the children, warning them of the horror soon to come. The girls liked this, though, and felt special for having a cabin different from everyone else. As they started to unpack their bags, they exchanged stories about past summers and shared secrets under the dim glow of the lantern. On the second night, after a long day of swimming and hiking, the girls gathered in the cabin. The air was thick with the musty scent of mildew and rot, and the occasional rustle of nocturnal creatures surrounded them. Sarah, always the adventurous one, suggested they tell ghost stories. "Have you ever heard of Bloody Mary?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Holly's eyes widened. She had heard fragments of the legend, but never the full story. As the girls continued to delve deeper into the urban legend, Holly felt a chill down her spine. She didn't want to seem scared. Sarah and Mia, however, picked up on this and started to tease her about it, calling her a crybaby, a loser, and weak for not accepting the dare to summon the spirit. Holly, only 13, but with the IQ of an average 18-year-old, knew it was a bad idea, but could not take the teasing any longer. She proceeded to light a candle and led Sarah and Mia to the old unused washroom. The room was damp and the air felt heavy. A single cracked mirror hung above an old rusty sink. The flickering candle cast eerie shadows on the walls. Holly stood in front of the mirror, her friends huddled behind her. They waited for the clock to hit midnight to start the summoning process, with each passing second taking longer and longer and longer. Her breath became suffocatingly dense, and the suspense made her blood run so cold she was shivering. Just as the clock struck 12, Holly stepped forward and broke the deafening silence by reaching her hand toward the sink and turning on the water. Without giving herself time to reconsider, "Bloody Mary," she whispered. Her voice echoed slightly, amplifying the fear in the room. "Bloody Mary," she repeated, her heart pounding. "Bloody Mary." She didn't finish. As the temperature in the room plummeted, the mirror fogged up and a faint outline began to form. Holly's heart raced as a pair of dark eyes seemed to stare back at her from deep within the mirror. The outline grew sharper, revealing the twisted face of a pale-skinned woman with black, demonic eyes and dark, tangled hair. The apparition was twitching as her mouth twisted into a malicious grin, revealing rows of sharp, jagged teeth. She wore a tattered white gown stained with old blood and had claws that could cut through flesh and bone with terrifying ease. In her right hand, she carried a long serrated knife, its blade covered with dark, dried blood. The knife seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy, as if it had a sinister life of its own, eager to inflict pain and suffering upon its next victim. Before Holly could react, the apparition lunged forward, its claws extending as it grabbed Holly and pulled her into the mirror. Mia and Sarah screamed and bolted out of the washroom, stumbling over each other in their panic. The terrifying screams of Holly echoing through the night as they didn't stop running until they were safely back in their room, doors locked and lights on. Despite continued efforts by the police and various search parties, no one ever found Holly. Camp Pines closed for good, and the chilling stories surrounding Holly's disappearance remained a mystery. However, Mia and Sarah knew the truth and were forever changed by their haunting encounter with the deadly apparition. As the years passed, the memory of that night faded, but the lesson remained etched in their minds. Sometimes the most powerful actions are the ones not taken. It is said, though, that anyone who ventures to Camp Pines can still hear the terrifying screams of Holly in her final moments before being executed by the deadly Bloody Mary. Oftentimes, people could be pushing you towards the dark instead of the light. Be mindful of who you allow to push you. You don't have to react. You don't have to prove anything to anybody except yourself. Be the best version of you that you can be. You know your truth. It's not your job to convince other people. You have to stay rooted within yourself. Holly was only 13. Had she followed her gut and her intuition, she would still be with us today. I got rained on so many times and attacked. A bunch of hurdles. I stayed out here until the storm passed. And now here we are, just in a beautiful area. Be a leader, create your own path. Don't let anyone tell you what your path or destiny should be. You know what feels right, what aligns with you. Don't let anyone sway you. It's a beautiful journey so far. Stay tuned, subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you guys next time.